What's up, y'all? It's Shuffle, and today we're taking a look at a run that was given to us by Maho, who is someone that makes emotes in my Discord server. So big thanks to Maho and every other awesome person that helps the Discord run and be amazing. So thank you to all of you, especially Maho and Tatsu, who make emotes. And this is a run going into the first Endgame mission. So if you are trying to avoid spoilers, I understand. I'm sorry this keeps happening. I'm not trying to fault any... Like, there's no faults, right? Because people are trying to get better. But also, it's like endgame stuff, too. So it's like, this is a pretty tough mission, especially a first time around. And in the message, I think Maho has told me that he tried before and was not successful. So it'll be interesting to see how far he has come since the failed attempt or attempts. It might have been multiple attempts. And we're going to, I guess, get started with this. So I'm going to unpause in a sec. I'm looking at this highwayman who's looking pretty stacked TBH. We have unerring, which is good for point blank setups because that is considered range, but also pistol shots is nice to get a boost on. Photomania to reduce stress. Stress is a big issue here. Manslayer, I think some of the enemies here have human subtypes. So that's going to be a lot, or get a lot of use, I should say. Stress faster, always good, just saves you some food when you need to save some food. And then the negatives aren't a big deal. So I'm going to start right now. He also said that he tabs out a couple times and it makes the screen go black, so we'll deal with that then. Okay, quick reflexes, locked. I love that. I love the idea of fast Vestal. I think a common mistake that not even newer players make, just players in general, they want to make sure that Vestal is slow as possible so they can react with healing, and that's never the right way to think about it. With Vestal, if she is fast, that's great because she can stun early in the round, and then she can heal early next turn if she has to. So you get a more proactive approach. And this game always favors proactive approaches over reactive, and that's just reflected in how inefficient heals are compared to the damage output of enemies. And we also have steady, which is pretty relevant for this dungeon because, like I said, the stress is going to be a big deal. Just thinking about trinkets. Sacred Scroll is actually kind of a trap. I like the tome. I like the discipline to not take Sacred Scroll. Sacred Scroll locks you out of stunning reliably, and that's why I don't like it that much. Like, you get some marginal healing boost, which is nice. The minus stress is cool, but between... hold on, I keep talking about Sacred Scroll, but between the damage penalty on Scroll and the stun penalty, you're just restricted to healing for the most part, unless they have like 40 stun resist or 50 or whatever it is at the lowest end at Champion. And that's kind of crappy, but the enemies in here have like 73, so we do need all the stun we can get. Hellion had Heaven's Hairpin, which is very helpful for this, just because stress is a big deal, accuracy is never bad. And then we have Dodge on Houndmaster. I didn't even get to see what the other characters had. So Anemic is actually really bad here. I think Phenophobia is, or Phengophobia, I think that's the, is that Stress and Light? That Houndmaster is going to be pretty scary. I may have it wrong. I'm pretty sure Phengophobia is like plus 20% stress if the torch is high. So we have Ruminator, Flawed Release, that doesn't matter. Lurker, Second Wind. Second Wind's the only, and Last Gasp. Those might actually get use. But nothing too much else. And Ruminator kind of sucks. Anemic, though, that's scaring me. So we don't even have Jester. So what's going on with this character? Because I kind of want Fleshheart to go over that. Because there is a lot of bleed in this place. Although we do have Unyielding, we have Deadly, all those help. Then we just have Anemic. So we have some pretty, like, decent upsides. And we have some pretty bad downsides. So it's going to be interesting to see how Houndmaster specifically gets managed. Because I think right now he's the biggest, like, threat on the team before we even leave the hamlet. Prophet's Eye, even though he's not in rank. Yeah, let's say, not on Houndmaster. Do it! Yes! I want to see it. I want to see fast Vestal. Aggressive Vestal. Not even bonking. I forget what you put on this character if you don't have the Crimson Court set. Sharpening's pretty good. That helps riposte a bit. And Open Vein. Open Vein's not bad against the boss. I don't think it's as good as... Wait, I think the boss is weaker to bleed than Blight. So Open Vein actually would be pretty good. We need accuracy. So we need a focus ring. We need Signet. Signet looks great. We don't have a focus ring from what I see. Signet should go to Dismas. Sunring works too, but we need accuracy. Oh, we have steady bracers. Oh, focus ring. Oh, you don't... You leave your trinkets on your heroes? Okay. That's fair. I didn't know people did this. I'm so used to just unequipping people after missions, and there are pros and cons to doing both. You don't have to unequip your heroes. But, okay, we have a focus ring. Crisis averted. So you don't have to, like I said, unequip your heroes after each mission. I just do that. But it makes you weaker to things like the Shrieker, because Shrieker can't take trinkets off your people, so he tabbed out, so don't be alarmed. But yeah, so Shrieker can take trinkets out of your box, but not off your characters. So that's one benefit to leaving them on. And then, if you take them off every run, then you don't have to, like, fight to put your good trinkets on the right people. It's just easier to manage that way. So, like I said, there are pros and cons. I think he's checking stats or checking the wiki here, is what he told me. I'm not sure what Houndmaster gets. If you have another focus ring, sure. Be really good. I would actually like to see Houndmaster not with the dodge jacket. It's not bad, honestly. But we have no accuracy. Houndmaster has kind of bad accuracy at 105, I think it is. And that's actually kind of low. We're dodge tanking. This isn't DD2. We can't even use Cry Havoc up front, but we are against the boss that moves the party. So I do like having some movement. Say sun. Some. What do we get here? I would like to see Bleed Amulet on... Not Hellion, but I would love to see Accuracy and Bleed Amulet on Houndmaster. That is the combo I'd put on him. Because Bleed Amulet helps his bleed stick. The boss has 2 actions. That gets a lot better. And he has Anemic, so you get like net 10 positive bleed resist against the Finger and the Ren for the New Gods. Those are both 6-point bleeds, which are just stupid. So being able to survive that's pretty nice. Eldritch Slayer is pretty good. Yeah, I would do it. Yeah, okay. The other case to make is for Flesh's Art. Just to make Hellion, like, really, really tanky up there. Like, if she has Flesh's Heart and Heaven's Hairpin, she's chilling. She's going to hit pretty consistently. Her damage doesn't get boosted by those trinkets, but accuracy is the biggest damage boost, arguably. So you have those, and then, like, her damage stat's already pretty good, baseline. Yeah, we don't need Laudanum. Right? We don't need Laudanum. But also, this is probably just an experience with the dungeon, so not knowing that you don't have to take shovels. So, I think he's just preparing for, like, a normal dungeon, which is completely fine. Like, if you're a new player, this is what you're doing. Or you're probably emptying the shop. I think he emptied the shop the first time. Okay, he must have known that you don't need shovels. That's good. Oh, we gotta skip Wayne. Sorry, Wayne. Take a sip of my water. Are we gonna start? I'm afraid to hit forward. I'm gonna hit forward and it's me like in the first battle. Alright, hit forward. Twice. 3 times. 4 times. Okay. Alright, we're here. Let's go, team. Go forward again. Forward again. Okay. Press D. Press D and meet your fate. So tentative. We do have speed mods. That's pretty nice. All those speed mods make me talk and think faster. Oh, especially faster combat. Oh, it's so fast. It's like the triple speed. In case you haven't watched my other videos where I talk about this dungeon, I'm going to repeat some of the same stuff. But I like the first 2 fights because it shows you the new enemies. So the party boys and the priests are the most threatening in here. And it teaches you about them in a very controlled and safe environment. Which is interesting because for as hard of a game as Darkest Dungeon is, this is like Red Hook going, here, this is something you're going to fight and it's going to be challenging and it's going to be everywhere, so learn to deal with this now. So if you're a new player, you get to see what they do, you don't have to worry about them, and then you're pretty much safe. Although as we see, we've been in the Darkest Dungeon before because the Cultist Priest has moves on his list. So that means that Maho has seen them on this file already. Which makes sense because he's done this more than once. This fight's got a fair bit of damage. This dungeon too, just overall, it puts down a lot of stress and it has a lot of damage capability, especially with the priests. So it's definitely difficult. Like we all discuss on how hard like the darkest dungeon missions are, like which is the hardest. You know, if you don't know what's going on, 3 might be the hardest. 2's pretty consistently challenging, even if you know how to do it. And then I think 1, I do think 1 is actually pretty hard. Especially like the first time you go in there. Yeah, 1's pretty challenging, because these dudes, 6-point bleed if you get hit. I'm surprised with the anemic it didn't stick. Yeah, we have 1 move we can't use. That's fine. There's an argument to not kill the party boys. In later fights, it's actually better to not kill them, because you can stall off of them, because they're just, you know, so weak and they don't attack you. So you can just stall and recover. Like that we're seeing some stuns. Good dodge. It's interesting when someone dodges while having a Slayer ring, because you lose a dodge. Also, I'm surprised these guys aren't Eldritch subtype, because they just transform when they attack you. So why aren't they Eldritch? That's weird. I do like going down. There's always the choice in this dungeon. Do you go up, which is more stress, I think, but 1 less fight, or do you go down, which is like less stress but 1 extra fight? I usually go down. Like, I almost always go down. Resist sucks. Guarding the person we don't want them, or don't want to be guarded. We also didn't fix our party position after the last fight. It's okay though, the witch is the one that has to go, perfect. So we don't take her stress attack because the repose killed her, which is awesome. Double stun's actually kind of nice. Oh, we don't have you up? Yeah, that's fine. There's actually a case for breakthrough too. Like, do you really want to point blank that dude next turn? Yes, you do. We can go for a stun. It's okay. It's not... We should have stunned there. We should have stunned the cultist brawler. Especially because both our stuns are in the back. So this brawler... If this brawler hits for over... Does he get a turn? Oh, goodness. Gotta clean your plate. Clean your plate. Please! Oh, no. Okay. Oh, he bled out. Perfect. Never mind. We don't have to worry. It's a mistake I see a lot of players make. Maho's not making it, so that's good. But a lot of... Yeah, we should have took 9 bandages too. That's okay. A lot of new players just... They're afraid of wasting damage, so they don't finish things off. And sometimes, especially in like this situation where the enemies are so threatening, you have to finish them. Like, you just have to. I was going to say that if that Vestal... Or not that Vestal. If that Brawler got another turn and it hit for like over 12 damage, that Vestal heal was completely worthless. It was actually great because she got to heal for free. Actually, she could have tried to stun the Cultist Priest. So there's that argument. The finger has a cooldown, so they can't use it back-to-back, which is nice. I would stun. I would totally stun here. You don't have to guard because no one's marked. Although, you do have a dodge setup, so guarding might not actually be bad. We could have guarded Hellion, because she's lower HP. I like the tempo zap. Go for it. Do it. Always a fan of tempo zap. I would guard Hellion, because we want Dismas to get hit so he can counterattack. But we are worried about Hellion taking damage. Oh, that's... Her speed... This is actually... Okay. So this worked out pretty well. Since she hit Death's Door at the end of the turn, she had the speed penalty for next turn. So if she still had her turn up, like if this was the middle of the round, she could still use her speed total from the start of the round and go first and bleed out. I should say go before Vestal. Kind of sucks to have a Death's Door this early. You almost can't help it in this dungeon, though. This dungeon just... There's so much damage. Look at that, we're already out of bandages. You need so many. I am usually a fan of taking bleed resist into this dungeon, so... As you see, like, if we put Flesh Heart on Hellion, she'd be in much better shape. She probably wouldn't even be hitting this Death Star right now. Like, do we need her damage? We have Riposte, we have... Houndmaster is not favoring Guard. Even though he has a dodge setup, he's not favoring Guard. So he's going for damage, which means our damage isn't really lacking. So we have, like, pretty much... Instead of having one... Or I guess two dedicated damage dealers... And, like, a hybrid support damage dealer and Houndmaster, we just have 3 damage dealers, and we don't have, like, optimal damage setup right now. I think we're checking a map. I like the discipline to not camp. Because, like, for most people, your head's probably saying, please camp, because that way you can recover that HP, take that stress off. If you have different camp skills, you might be able to get rid of that mortality debuff. So, it's good. Actually... Sanctuary is interesting because you don't need it in this dungeon because you don't have to worry about ambush. But if we are going to hit like 2 or 3 death stores, Sanctuary gets so much value. Sanctuary is such a weird skill. Like, it's not good if your team is doing fine. And if you're getting just completely beat up, then it's way better. So Guard finally starting to be used and it's doing a lot of good. I like that. Do we shoot that dude? I think... We could open Vein. I'm actually not sure here. I'm actually not sure. I know, we're all thinking about it, huh? Okay, I like that. That's fine. I forgot you could even do that. No stress heal. It's not stress heal. It's probably Guard Hellion again. Like Guard Stack Hellion. I would definitely Guard Stack Hellion here. Stress Heal got some value. Another heal. That's interesting. I want to see how that does. I like the stun. Very proactive. Hold on, I'm getting a phone call. Sorry about that. That was my fantastic girlfriend. She had asked me something. So where were we? We're going to kill this dude here, right? Just go for the... I didn't even notice this loadout. Why do we have Wicked Slice and Open Vein? We don't need both of those. We just need one. It's probably Open Vein since we have the Sheath. So we could run Point Blank or Tracking. Tracking is actually okay too. Tracking may even be too slow. It's kind of weird. The boss with Riposte goes down pretty fast, so we may not even need Tracking, but you could run Tracking over Wicked. I think Wicked's the boot here. Open Vein. Get that bleed chance. Get that group heal. Group heal's so efficient. Nah, it's fine. If you think of your HP bar as like the flesh, basically, where you just have this one giant lump sum of HP, the group heal is more efficient. It's like you heal for 18 instead of 12 or so, right there. Because I think it's going to tag everyone for 6-ish. That's pretty good. Should probably be munching on some food at some point. I think this is the camp room too. We gonna camp? This is a good camp. It's a good camp and it's a good sanctuary for that Hellion. Be like a full heal almost. Be I think 25 stress and half our life. Oh, we're going an extra room. We're also not getting the trinkets. We're low light, good. Oh, that's a lot of stress. Ooh, no. Double witch? This is a dog treat. This is a dog treat fight. Okay, I like guarding. I like that we're finally using the guard. Like, obviously it's not that good against Deathflash, but everything else, money. Absolute money. Especially once Dismas uses Duelist Advance and it pushes Houndmaster back into 3. So the way this team's set up actually kind of makes more sense with the skill selection now. There's also a case too, I think it was Nick who said this in Discord, that like starting Highwayman in 4 may actually be the meta. And I'm starting to think that's correct, honestly. Just because you don't have to... Because Point Blank is just becoming worse and worse the more I use it. Like, it's still a good move. But in a lot of instances, you're just point blanking something that has a ton of prot. So it's actually starting to look better to be able to just duelist and then like pistol shot, duelist, pistol shot until you're up to like rank 2. It's pretty good in terms of like how the fights play out usually. This is scary too because we cannot... Oh, that pull actually messed us up pretty bad, huh? The stun is risky, but the stun is usually better here. I would go for the stun. I would definitely go for the stun. Nice. We're probably afflicting this turn. We could actually guard to boost our dodge. Or stun the front guy. Actually, no, I think he's stun resist. Nice. Good job. So we have to go in on this priest. We can't split damage right now. Like one open vein on that priest is pretty nice. Or breakthrough, I guess. Stun since she's in 3? Okay, that's just unfortunate. That was the right call, though. So we missed a couple times, and that was just like 50 stress out of that witch. And that sucks. Okay, we had to get that. Okay, this is what I was saying before. We gotta clean our plates, unless he bleeds out. Okay, good. The dodge, nice. Dodging, nice. I never considered a cultist for this not cultist. I have considered a cultist for this dungeon. I never considered Houndmaster for this dungeon with a dodge setup. It's looking pretty good. Especially in the high torch. Nice. With how much damage Hellion does too, I don't think we had to put any hits onto that front brawler. We could have just kept doing damage. Okay, we definitely camp here. This is the camp. The camp and the feast. Okay, got our own stress management, not bad. Therapy dog, very good in this fight, actually. I'd like to see Sanctuary. Potentially, actually. Let's see what else we have. We do have Sank. Unparalleled Finesse. It's either Finesse or Sanctuary. Gallows actually gets a lot of value, too. Is it ever Gallows? I guess not. You just do, like, Hyper Carry Highwayman. I mean, he has 0 stress. Well, now he has 5. But he had 0 before. He's only taking a little bit of damage. So that means Highwayman, especially in this fight, this boss fight, is going to carry us. I think it's interesting too because I always get this, like I think I've had to do this mission like 4 times for viewer runs, and like 1 or 2 of the times I think they were flexes, and then like the other 2 times they've been, you know, like critique please help. It just goes to show you this mission like commands some respect. But also the people that send me these, they don't, a lot of the videos I got around the same time. I have a lot of videos from the end of January and the beginning of February. So it's not like people knew that I got a bunch of these. I think we still hit the witch. It's hard to argue against that, though. That party boy tactically going last, or at least after Highwayman. No, we should be hitting that witch. Like, we could just send a stun with Vestal to the... If we're gonna stun, it's the priest. We could also zap the priest. Stun's safer. I was gonna say, we could send a stun to the party boy. So we don't have to kill it. We could actually... It would actually be very beneficial to leave the party boy alive right now. And just get through the rest of this team. And then just spam stalling on the party boy after that. It gets a little more difficult when you have an affliction because You know, Houndmaster, all he has to do is, like, bully the team 2 times with Affliction Barks, and then skip his turn with Cry Havoc, and then you're just, like, net plus 20 stress. It is that easy for stuff to slip away right now. But it still would be nice, especially to get the hit points up. One more fight, I believe. Just torch anyway? Man, going maximum efficiency on those torches. See? Oh, there's so many witches. Like, double witch, double witch. Dodge is nice. We go all in. Actually, we hit the middle witch. As strange as it is, we use if it bleeds on the middle witch right there. Oh, it's dead. No, the back witch was killed. Okay. But we use if it bleeds on the stunned witch because she still had a turn up. So the other ones, I'm going to go back a little bit. So right here, since she has a turn up, she's going to take this bleed tick immediately, which is pretty nice. But then we just hit this sick, nasty duelist advance and it just doesn't matter. Actually, it still does kind of matter. Because if we hit the middle witch, we can stun the other witch next turn. Because she doesn't have the stun resist. Now we're in this awkward position where this witch has stun resist next turn, and she's going to hit us with the stress attack. So I do like focusing her. You know, open vein? Do it. Go for it. Yes! Alright, everything worked out. It's our last bandage. There's an argument to not use it there. Unless that finger crit us. I don't think it did. Okay, group heal. The sheer efficiency. We healed for 28 instead of 12. Really good. Okay, we have to munch all the food right now. Like, there should not be food left in this inventory. Ooh, put him into rank 4. Okay, we're shuffling our party preemptively. I like it. I think Highwayman does just super good against this boss too. Like I said, I've never seen Houndmaster on it though. So Houndmaster's kind of the X factor. If he gets into rank 1, he's just kind of screwed, isn't he? No, he has stun. The stun's okay, but I can't remember what the stun chance or the stun resist is on the boss. Yeah, that anemic is terrifying right now. Why does she have negatives? Where'd she get negatives from? She probably hit some of these medicinal herbs. No? Okay. Unless they're going to go off this turn, which they might. Okay, we're not falling for the trap of hitting the priest in the back. Good. Stun resist 148. Okay, so stuns are not happening. Like the zap. Ooh, rewarded for the zap. Strangely enough, as I'm sitting here saying that, starting, it's if it bleeds. Like, we have the, so is it 8 to 15? What was the other one? I'm gonna look. 5 to 10. So it's 8 to 15 or it's 5 to 10, but you also have a 6-point bleed. So it's either 8 to 15 or 11 to 16. And the bleed gets a lot better when you think of it that way. So I actually would have used if it bleeds here. But yeah, so like I was saying, starting Highwayman in 4, usually pretty good. Starting him in 4 this time means we can't duelist into rank 2, and then we just eat this Death Flash or whatever at the start. So that's kind of interesting in terms of choice. I think we guard anyway just to get our dodge up. Rank 4. Just guard spam, honestly. Okay, so this boss specifically beats you by action economy and moving your team. Because it has 2 actions a turn. So the whole job of this boss is to move your party and make you play suboptimally while it just cleaves you down. That is what this boss is designed to do. So I don't think that this Houndmaster had to spend his entire turn moving. I think using group heal was fine because we have 2 other people that would have benefited greatly from it, and we could have did some extra damage here. We also have dog treats. So we could have just popped a dog treat and just went to town on this dude. That was our other option besides guard spam. So I think this was like the lowest play in terms of like overall tempo. Then we zapped anyway. Like, We moved Vestal into 3 to get a zap? I would much rather would have had Houndmaster's damage than Vestal's. Okay, Highwayman's gonna carry us. We can't possibly lose. Highwayman, not at Death's Door, 0 stress. He's going to carry this fight. Open vein. Yeah, it's worth keeping that riposte up. Group heal. See? Look at that efficiency. Like, we should just go all in on this boss right now. Boss is at like 30 HP. It's fine though. Oh yeah, it's toast. It's toast this round. It's dead. So congrats. Yeah, go for a heal. Start working on the priest. Hit that priest. I would have hit the priest. It's fine. Yeah, especially when that happens. Woo! Alright, congrats, Maho. Thanks for showing this to us. Is there anything else? I don't think so. Alright. Yeah, very cool. Congrats on finishing DD1. So I hope that you finish the rest of them. I don't know if you've beaten the game yet. I don't know if you told me that. So, as always, if you enjoyed these runs, please keep sending them. They are still fun to do. So I'm very appreciative of everyone who has done it, because obviously it is not easy to put yourself on cam in front of people to be judged by, you know, the 5 views or whatever I get for this. And that's pretty cool. So like I said, if you want to send in stuff, send me a YouTube link on Discord or Twitter. That is the easiest for me. That is my preferred method. And next, I can't remember what the next run is, but otherwise, all the stuff you normally know, like I stream on Twitch, join Discord, all that crap, and I will see you later.